All right, so you're about to watch a sneak peek into my new course, Nice Girl. I'm gonna give you guys a 12-minute preview of it. If you guys enjoy this preview, which I think you will, you guys can sign up and purchase that course on the description down below. It's only available to purchase this month only. But if you purchase it today, you guys are gonna have access to it all year long. Okay, it's a course made to help you guys become more assertive, and I think it's pretty useful, especially for women who are considered nice girl. Okay, so if you're a fucking Terminator girl who's very masculine, it's not for you. Okay, so let's begin. So when I would play basketball, I wasn't liked too much, and when I came back, I realized that most people just didn't like me. And one of the reasons why they didn't like me is because I was too friendly to those who didn't like me. You know, I was nice to them. I was taught to treat people with respect, but they never told me that if somebody doesn't like you, ignore them. So what I did now when I would go play basketball is I would just ignore people. Like I would just go there and play basketball. And what I started noticing was that nobody talked to me. Now, you guys might say, okay, what does that mean? What that means is that I'm not annoying those people who don't like me anymore, right? Eventually, what would happen is that if I ignore them, eventually, some of them will actually start liking me eventually, right? If I, rather than me, for example, like if I would go play basketball, I would just literally go, I wouldn't even say hi to anyone. I would just sit down, put my stuff and start playing, right? When before I was like, hey guys, hey, try to be super nice. Now I'm just like serious. If somebody says hi, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And what it forces people to actually try to see the happy side of you, right? Or like when I played basketball the other day, and because you gotta understand, a lot of people who play ball, a lot of us are from the hood, and like in the hood, you're taught to be a little hard. And so, I was like, yo, anybody got next? And they're like they'll just be like, like just like fucking like. And I learned to react to that with like, okay, like just coldness like that, like okay, you know. Now we're like, oh okay, all right, nice. What I got next? You know, imagine like a white guy amongst black people. Hey guys, and like, hey, how's it going, guys? I feel yuppity happier, you know. And that kind of stuff makes people disrespect you more because they're like, yo, this guy's not getting it. You know what?
Can I ask you a question? So, in a sense, what I'm getting is, like, because, like, naturally, I figure maybe I was conditioned to be nice. However, I feel like it's in order for me to be respected that I have to change who I am.
No.
I have to be different. You know what I'm saying? That's not me.
You're not, no. It's not that you're changing who you are. You're just not showing some parts of yourself. What?
Right, like for me, for instance, I work in a daycare center, and I have to put that on and on. So parents are like, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, your son was blah blah blah. You're doing great today." I have to put that like fake, but I have to do it with a smile, so you can hear it when I'm not smiling with you. But I have to put that voice. I have to smile like that, and then when I'm out, I can choose who I deal with and how I put that out.
Yeah, and you do that with your own kids, where with your friends you're super nice, but with your kids you're more serious with them. Yeah, because if you don't do that. If you don't speak to your kids with authority, they're not going to respect you as an authority, you know? So it's kind of like you have to play a role. And,
Conditional situation.
yeah. You
You
know,
have to train yourself to be different from like your natural self. Because I feel what you're saying. Because I'm normally a nice person, but like you said, growing up in the hood, you gotta kind of be different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, based on your cultural surroundings.
you got to learn how to act. You got to be a consummate actor. It's a stage, and people are judging you based on how you act around them. And if you want a certain result, sometimes the normal way that you act doesn't yield that result. So what are you gonna say? Oh, it's just who I am. Well, okay, then deal with the consequences. You know. So it's kind of you gotta play the role right. When I'm teaching, I'm a little bit more serious. When I'm talking to people one-on-one, I'm a little bit more happier. But it's kind of you gotta play a certain role. You know. So smiling is a big part of it. Smiling, it's the easiest thing to fix. Don't smile so much. You know, even when you're amongst your superiors, don't smile so much to them. Because if you're serious with your boss, they'll take you seriously too. You know, if you goof around with your boss is a good one is not gonna goof around with you. They'll just lose respect for you. You know, you just gotta be serious with them so that they could recognize it because they're serious and they're like, okay, if I'm serious, he's serious, then you know we have a lot in common. Because nothing's worse than somebody who's always fucking just smiling. It's like Jesus Christ, like it's we don't mind happy people. It's fun. It's nice to be happy, but it's kind of like people would eventually see that as weakness. It's just how it is, okay?
So what do you do if you're like on a first date or like the first few dates and you have that in your attitude like, okay, you know, I wanna
Control it.
right, but then the guy's like, you never smile. Or
Good,
like,
good. You know why they're saying that? Because they're feeling secure.
Okay.
You know, it goes with guys also. When I teach this to guys, like the person's gonna feel insecure. They're like, do I like him? You know, I mean, does this person like me or not? You know? So smiling is, if you smile at 100%, like I always say, smile at 50%, you know? Like just dim it down because you want to control your nonverbals, okay? So the next one is a high-pitched voice. You know, like, oh my God, you know, like that fucking bullshit, right? Like you gotta control that pitch. You know, you gotta speak more from the pit of your stomach. Like learn to speak more relaxed, you know? Like not talking to a baby. Like if you talk to a dog like that, like, hey little doggy, oh hey, they'll get excited and they'll lose control. You know, you gotta, hey, how's it going? Like talk with more authority. Sit down. They're like, hey, can you sit? No, sit. You know, like you learn to speak more like from authority, right? Because high pitched equals a high need to please, right? When you ask somebody for a favor, you usually say, hey, can I ask you for a favor? You know, that comes from a place of weakness. Even if you're asking for a favor, you gotta ask it from a place of power. Hey, can I ask you for a favor? You know, it's more like you're not like, oh, you know, like, and that's the problem is that if you just become aware of that, just those two things, it's gonna come across a little bit more with assertion, you know? Because if you do the opposite, if you just do the opposite and you're smiling all the time and you're high-pitched all the time, how do you think people are gonna treat you? You know? Like a baby. They're not gonna respect you. You know? But if you do the opposite, you'll notice that some people are gonna be a little bit more respectful towards you. The next one is initiating conversations in new places, right? Or the desire to assert yourself without knowing the dynamics of the room. Like it's like if you're in a new place and you're trying to make friends with everybody, you'll naturally just talk to everybody. Hey, how's it going? Hey, without getting a feel of the room. It's okay to be shy and be quiet in a place that you don't know. Let them come to you. You know, even if you're shy, let people come to you. You know, it's not a bad thing because if you're in a place that it's a social circle or a place that people meet consistently, you don't have to get to know everyone the first day. Now, if it's a place that it's only one time thing, then go ahead and be super friendly. But if you're gonna see them every day, don't get to know who they are completely that same day. Leave them alone. Just get the feel of the room. Don't talk to everybody. Don't try to, or even don't try to be super assertive. You know those guys who when you meet them, they try to be dominant, or like, hey, they'll give you the strong handshake and they interrupt everyone trying to show that they're alpha. It doesn't look cool. You know, so it's better to just be quiet, learn to observe people, and just be in the back of the room the first few times. So that people could just look at you and know you're there and see that you're somebody who's polite, somebody who keeps to themselves, somebody who's assertive, and that warrants respect. But when you're that social butterfly who's trying to make friends with everybody, secretly deep down, it's courageous, don't get me wrong, it's good, nothing wrong with that. But too much of it comes across as too needy. You know, like you're getting everybody's number and then you're texting them, hey, let's hang out. Like get their number a few weeks from now. Like calm the fuck down, you know, like let them get to know you by just observing you and seeing that your presence is there. Does that make sense? Because that's just nervous energy, you know? Trying to build relationships quick is just nervous energy. The next sign of weakness is reacting to coldness with warmth. You know, like I did earlier, right? Where guys were disrespectful subtly or cold towards me, or they just seemed like they were nice to everybody but me. And it's kind of like I naturally wanted them to be my friend, so I'll be super nice, and that turns them off. That makes them say, "Oh, you are who I thought you were. You know, you're annoying. Get away from me. I don't like you." You know, but if you would just leave them alone, and you don't talk to them too much. If they say hi, you nod without showing too much emotion. The first thing that will happen is that they'll respect you. They may not know you, but they'll respect you. And that is the first thing, because by them respecting you, they won't test you. They won't talk bad about you. And when they respect you, they're more willing to be your friends, right? So rather than just trying to be liked, first focus on trying to get respect before anything else. They don't have to like you, just respect me, and that's what matters, you know? The next thing is tenseness and not projecting your voice with strength, right? And when I mean tenseness, I mean like just sitting down with like tense and you just, you know, everything's like, you know, and even when you speak like very low and like, and you hunch like that, and like all of that shows insecurity, you know? And a lot of it has to do with just changing your body language, right? You learn to lean back, right? You just chill out a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? In fact, even if you're a woman, you learn to adapt some masculine alpha traits, such as leaning back, just taking up a little bit more space, right? And when you're talking, you learn to stop talking like a little girl. You know, that's not cute. It's cute for flirting, but not for interacting with people. You know, that, oh my God, like, you know, that whole fucking voice that we all put, you know what I'm saying? Right? Like, when you're trying to, you know, when you're trying to get something from guys, from dating, it works. But if it's the normal world, with even amongst women can see right through it because they know what that means. You know, so just learn to have that assertive, like voice, like just like, hey, how's it going? Like, not a man, right? But like a female version of talking assertively, like you're talking to your kids when they're 18. Don't talk to people like they're kids. You get what I'm trying to say? Like all of that, which if you just talk by quiet and not projecting and just, you know, I don't know, I'm thinking, they'll just notice that you're unsure from the start. All right, so if you're a nice girl, if you're tired of being played, if you're tired of people not respecting you, if you resent that people don't take you seriously, if people just see you as a sex object, if you feel like people are always playing you, I would highly recommend you check out this course called Nice Girl. I rarely put out courses, and every one of my courses is a specific purpose. Psychological game of attraction was for single people. Natural chemistry was for women in relationships. This course is for specific nice girls. Now, most of you guys are nice. Most of you guys have great hearts. Unfortunately, men take advantage of you. So I have this limited time course. Specifically, you guys can only buy it and get access to it July and November. Now, if you purchase it in July or November, you could have access to it all year round. But you could only purchase it July and November. So this month only, you guys can purchase this course. It's only for a limited time, right? So in this course, you're pretty much gonna learn about how to set boundaries, how to project a powerful presence, how to create healthy boundaries, how to communicate yourself in an assertive way, how to not let people take advantage of you. Like, you're gonna learn the art of how to identify those who are trying to take advantage of you, how to assert yourself, signs of weakness, signs of strength, and how to communicate signs of strength, and how to lower the signs of weakness. All of these things, I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, look, okay? If you just do what this course says, just doing what this course says is gonna improve not only your dating life, but your professional life, your personal life, your social life with your friends and family, because people will always try to test you. People will always see whether or not they can take advantage of you, even a fucking child. So by purchasing this course, you could create a healthy immune system. There are 3 types of immune system. There is your body's immune system. There is an emotional immune system that you increase through meditation. And then there's a social immune system that is through self-assertion. Okay, so this course will help you build that social immune system to push away certain behaviors from your life and certain people, and by default you attract the right people. So check out that course. One, it's not okay. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna fix the problems 100%. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm here to give you a realistic expectation. Okay, it's not gonna completely change your life from day to night. But if you do what the videos say, okay, if you're 20% not, if you're at a 20% in terms of assertiveness, by finishing this course, you could go through it 40%. Now you guys might say, where are the evidence for it? In my life only, okay? And through people's experience through applying these methods and through doing research about what actually helps assertiveness, okay? So I thoroughly researched this course. I put a lot of thought into it. It's not complete. Next month, I'm gonna add another part, which if you buy it now, you're gonna have access to it, okay? So I'll see you guys inside that course, and stay toxic, my friends. Purchase it now, or I'm closing the channel, okay? See you guys inside.